Hi, Mark Medina with the LA Times Lakers blog. I'm standing here at Staples Center after the Lakers coming off an 86-85 loss to the Utah Jazz. For those keeping count, that's their second consecutive loss after going 17-1 after the All-Star break, and in a game that was pretty much as ugly as a UConn Butler National Championship game. Man, that was so boring to watch, so hideous. So was this one. You know, you can dissect the last play all you want. Kobe Bryant trying to go for a game winner, wound up turning the ball over. Gordon Hayward got that steal. But the Lakers just did not bring the energy. It was so bad that Lamar Odom even went so far to say it was the worst loss of the year. That's a little mind-boggling. The Lakers have been playing very sharp up until that Denver game 2 days ago, and suddenly the worst loss of the year at this point, and the Lakers are almost 2 weeks away from the playoffs. Big picture, not to worry. Obviously, they're 17-3 since the All-Star break, but the Lakers need to get out of this funk simply because they need to make sure they're at their peak once the playoffs start. They can't have this attitude that they can just beat games. It seems like ever since they started going on that run, started gaining some momentum, seemed to coast a little bit. Now, obviously, the big picture implications is that they had a chance to surpass San Antonio Spurs before these two losses if San Antonio kept losing, but it's making it more difficult for themselves, as well as keeping up with a little bit of a pace with the Chicago Bulls in the Eastern Conference. As much as the Lakers are talking about how health, just overall play is more important, look at last year's finals. Home court advantage definitely helped them out a little bit. It's not the end-all, be-all, but why make things more difficult than necessary in that road to three-peat? But what it really comes down to is the Lakers' play. They did not pretty much do anything well across the board. You look at 37.8% shooting from the field. They got out-rebounded 52-49, even though the Andrew Bynum had a career-high performance on that effort. Gained career-high 23 rebounds. Everyone else pretty much just let him do the work. No one else helped out. And then 19 turnovers. A little bit common to that Denver loss where they weren't shooting well, had 20 turnovers. Lamar Odom and a lot of the players from Kobe Bryant to Derek Fisher to Pau Gasol said, there's no use analyzing this game. This is pretty much one of those games where you just have a dud. It's bad. There's a lot of things you can point to and dissect, but as far as what it means, don't waste your breath. It's pretty safe to say that no one is going to be watching this film, particularly because they have a back-to-back tomorrow against Golden State. That's a blessing because they can immediately try to rectify this loss. A curse because they have to travel on a back-to-back and then also try to maintain sharpness, even though they did not show any of that at all. Pau Gasol came out looking pretty good, 12 points in the first quarter. It was questionable whether he was actually going to play. He decided during the shoot-around that he was, because he had an MRI on his right knee. They determined it was a bone bruise. He thought he was good enough to play. Had 12 points in the first quarter, looked really impressive, but really only finished with 19. Pau and Phil said that the Lakers didn't go inside enough later on. They deviated from using their bigs. Kobe disagreed with that. He actually argued that even though he shot 6-18 from the field, he thinks that he should have been aggressive a lot earlier in the game to help set the tempo, but he didn't do that. So all in all, there's really not a lot of things other than Bynum's effort on the glass I really like from this game. But really what's important is the Lakers just need to make sure that these games aren't going to make or break their season, but they have to make sure that they're developing good habits and they're at their peak before the playoffs start. They can't be entering the postseason with a loss like this.